So we're going to be doing a review of 6 different broadheads here. The first one's going to be the Muzzy HBTI. It is a hybrid, 4-blade, 2 fixed blades and 2 expandable blades. Pretty wicked looking. It's 100 grain. It has 2 5/8 of an inch total cutting edge. Should be a pretty good shooter here. And then the next is the G5 Montech. It's a 3-blade fixed, 125 grains. And it is pretty big looking. It has a total cutting surface of 1 5/8 inches. The next is the Rage 2-blade. I got these in with some arrows, some gold tip arrows. They're pretty nice. It's a 2-inch expandable. Next is kind of a really unique blade by a company called All Blade Archery. They're the Boss, the blade over shaft stainless. So what it does is it uses your field point. Then it is a 4-blade fixed that goes on with your existing field point. The total grain on it is it's only 10 grains that it adds to your field point. So you can actually change your field point and kind of adjust with that. The next is this Photon by Allen. It is a 3-blade with a total cutting surface of 1 1/8 inches. These are 100 grain. And then the last one is another Allen Grizzly Broadhead. Has a total cutting surface of 1 3/16 inches. It's a 125 grain tip. Pretty large cutting, but it has some thin kind of razor blade style fins on it. So the first test in this video, we're going to shoot broadheads into cardboard and kind of measure the depth. And this is the Allen Grizzly, another fixed blade with razor blades essentially. That's going to be 22 3/4. And I will be shooting all these, this is a side note, all these 3 times just to make sure I've got some consistent readings. I want to make sure that it's not just a fluke. This is going to be the All Blade Boss 23 1/4. Has 4 kind of serrated edges on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of see the damage it's doing here. Definitely big. You can see the 4 blades here expanding out. This is the Muzzy HBTI. Definitely hits very loud. It's going to be 24 7/8. Interesting how easy that arrow slides out. The entry on this starts off definitely in the first box. Not as much damage in the front here, but in the back you can start to see where this thing really starts to open up. And by the second and even the third and fourth really start to show some significant damage here versus some of these other fixed blades here. This is a hybrid with a fixed blade and expandable. And you look on the back side of that box and it does some just massive damage there. 6. Only through 6. However, the amount of damage it does is extreme for sure. This is really the last one that it got penetration, at least on the front. Some significant damage. Didn't quite make it all the way through the back, but so this is the G5 Montech. Through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Till we see the 13 till we see the tip. There's just 21 1/2. the Allen Photon, 21 inches, 13, almost 14, but say 13 boxes. Same similar pattern here. This right here is the Montec G5, and this is the Allen. A nice triangle, clean exit, and that's the entrance side for both of them. That's the Montec, and this is the Allen. And here you can kind of see it a little bit, opens it up a little bit more. The second test we're going to do is a bleed out test, and we're going to shoot gallon jugs of water and kind of count how long it takes to empty out. That's the all blade. Definitely draining quick on the HBTI by Muzzy. This is the Rage 2-inch cut. The Montec G5. So we've done a penetration test on cardboard. We've done a bleed out test with milk jugs. The next thing we want to do is we want to replicate going through a deer, possible hitting bones and stuff like that. So we want to definitely replicate shooting a deer, but this target is not what I had in mind. I'm kind of thinking something more along the lines of a couple of flat screen TVs. So we've got those lined up. We're going to shoot through them and see what kind of damage we can do. Then if that doesn't do those blades in, we do have a 55-gallon drum here that we're going to shoot through and see if any of those blades can even survive this. We'll kind of see what kind of damage we get. And that is the all blade. Again, no full penetration. Did just blow off the veins clean off of this, which it was a wrap, an added wrap. And that is the Montec G5. hole does seem a bit bigger possibly. We did get full penetration on that, full pass through. The tip did take some damage. And that's the Rage 2-inch Simply Lethal. You can see the blade cut out. Not quite full penetration, it's starting to though. And that was the Allen Grizzly fixed blade. Full penetration, but total destruction of the Broadhead. No blades left. There's one of the blades out there. I don't know where the rest of them are. So we've got the back cover taken off the TV, and this first one, this is the all blade. The field point made it through. Here is the Muzzy HBTI. Definitely held up really well. Really surprised at how well that did, blasting right through that sheet metal. This is our Montech G5 right here. Nice hole right through. Here's our Rage. The Rage made it most of the way through, but looks like to me to be failure here. Looks like the blades have busted out, although it made quite a big cut into it. Then these are our two Allens, the Grizzly and the Photon. It made it through, but lost the blades. I'm really curious where the rest of the blades are at the moment. But that's kind of the results on the backside. Overview of the blades. Here is the G5 Montech. Blades don't seem too bad. The tip definitely took some damage. There's a little curl in there. But overall, the blades don't look terrible for what they did. Here's the Muzzy hybrid. The tip definitely took some damage. The expandable blades, you can see some scoring on those, but still intact and seem to be somewhat functional. They can still open up fairly easily with no issues. The fixed blade portions, you can kind of see some rounding in the top there. But it really held up really well. The Rage kind of failed. Blades kind of broke off, but it did penetrate pretty far. The tip obviously took damage as well. The Allens, both the Allens, total failure on the blades, which was not surprising. Those are just so thin. All the blades blew off. Here's kind of two pieces that I did find. Not exactly sure which one's which, but especially this one really took a number on it. And then the all blade as well, kind of shredded with that stainless. There's the sheet metal there. So we're gonna put kind of these through the test in the 55-gallon drum, see what they can do. So the G5 Montech through the front side, into the back, and actually penetrated a small amount out the back side. Overall, really impressed with that, especially since it's been used in all the testing, same blade. So the Muzzy did not make it through the front side, however did put a big hole. The fixed blades still held up. Even the expandables still there, but never able to open up and pass through. But still impressive. Same broadhead through all the testing we've done. So overall, pretty impressed with it. This is the Rage 2-inch Simply Lethal. Made it in, put a nice big hole. Kind of see those blades are definitely not going to work anymore, but still pretty cool. Did definitely penetrate. So this last arrow was the all blade. Cut and tip itself just pretty much sheared off. I found one piece on the ground here, not sure where the other one is. Actually threw the knock out of the back of the arrow, but the field point did make it through. Still has part of the all blade left on it, but made it through and actually put a small hole into the back side of the steel drum there. So we're going to go over the results of the broadhead testing we did. The cardboard penetration test, the best performers were the Allen Photon and the Montec by G5. Those both went about 21.5 inches of arrow left out. The worst performer on that was the Muzzy HBTI with about almost 25 inches left out. As far as the bleed out test, top performer was the Muzzy HBTI with 8.1 seconds to empty that, 8.2 seconds to empty out the jug. Followed by the all blade Boss, what was 10.4. Worst performance on that one was the G5 Montec. It's kind of a reverse of the cardboard test. As far as the TV penetration, that went to the Montec, the G5 Montec, which had full pass through. The two Allens passed through, however, they had total destruction on the blades, so I gave those lower scores. And then the 55-gallon drum test, the G5 also got a 10 on that, followed by the Muzzy HBTI. Overall durability, I gave the Muzzy and the G5 both 10s on that. They both held up really, really well. Kind of overall scores, I gave the G5 Montec a 46 and the Muzzy 43 out of a possible 50. So I think for myself this year, I'll be using the Montec by G5, I think. But with maybe a Muzzy also kind of as a backup. But definitely going to be making the switch from mechanical to more of the fixed or the hybrid as well. So hopefully these tests helped you out. Leave comments down below. Thanks.